Welcome to DevTech 101, aka Black Mantis. We discuss information technology, also known as IT. In today's episode, we're going to be doing a little bit of building on DigitalOcean, where I'm going to show you on how you can use a simple online web-based tool to create virtual servers so that you can manage basically anything that you want from within your house to a small business if you own one. I've used this personally with clients by building a cloud-based unified cloud console to manage like their Wi-Fi networks. Hopefully that should come in a later video, but this is basically a tutorial on how to create just a basic droplet in today's video that I want to go over with you. Now, if you are not familiar with DigitalOcean, DigitalOcean is a cloud-based platform where you're going to have full control of your infrastructure. So if you're familiar with Amazon Web Services or Microsoft Azure, if you understand those, you'll definitely understand DigitalOcean. I just kind of have the personal preference of using DigitalOcean for any Linux-based installs as opposed to using Microsoft Azure, which is going to be closely much more related to Windows, and then Amazon Web Services is also Linux based as well that you can use with Ubuntu. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into this, people. It's not really much at all. Just keep in mind that when you're creating these, you want to be definitely aware of the costs associated with it. If you look on their pricing for their droplets are basically your virtual machines. And you can connect drives to them, backups and stuff like that, but you definitely will need to have a form of payment. And I think it's worth it to use it for a month just to see how you do in it and everything. And it's pretty cheap. It doesn't cost that much a month even to run a basic infrastructure for like a small office or small home office in that regard. So one of the first things you want to do is you want to come up here and you want to go to projects. Once you select new project, you want to come up with a project name. And say if you're going to be doing just a basic like unified cloud controller, you can do unified. I'm going to do 2024 just because of the year. And basically going to put a description and select the purpose. So we're just going to go ahead and get through this for the video sake. And for the general purpose, people, I want to run a web application on here, and especially what I'm going to be doing with the unified controller. You're going to click create project. Once you click create project, you can move existing apps, droplet spaces, load balancers, whatever, into your project by typing the existing name in the box. If not, you can actually skip for now. Once you do that, you've created your project folder. And from this point, you basically want to click on spin up a droplet here. So we're going to go ahead and create one of those. Once you create click on spin up a droplet, your droplets, as I said earlier, are basically virtual machines that you can set up, or anyone can set up in seconds, whether people are using it for Minecraft or some other part of like a standalone or larger cloud-based infrastructure. Is pretty much easy. Now, with me being in the Memphis, Tennessee area, of course, New York is closer to me. For some of you that may be a little bit out west, Texas, wherever, you may want to go to the San Francisco side. For those of you who may be a little bit closer to like the Tennessee and Virginia side, you may want to choose New York. I'm going to choose San Francisco. The data center, they have 1 to 3 data centers there. So all the resources created in that particular data center are going to be of the same VPC network. Okay, so they're going to be able to communicate over private IP addresses. So I'm going to leave that as default. And there's different images that you can choose from here. They have a couple of different ones, people. You can explore the marketplace and see that in custom images. But I'm going to be choosing the operating system, and I'm going to use the version that's specified there. And if I want to create something a little bit more for general purpose, as I said, it's going to be a little bit higher. Storage optimized, of course, is going to go way higher. But for you, since you're learning, go with the basic and check the box for regular disk SSD. And then this is a little bit kind of hidden here if you're not really paying attention. But if you click the little arrow over here to the left, it goes to $4 a month. So it basically says it's 0.006 cents per hour. Now 512 megabytes is not that much at all. 512 megabytes is actually pretty small. 1 gig is okay if you're running something real small. Now I've ran a cloud-based UniFi controller to control like a Wi-Fi network, basically off the one that's about the $6 a month, and it's worked perfectly fine. But for the sake of this video, we're going to do this. If you want to add additional storage, you can. Don't necessarily have to, but if you want to create your SSH keys, you can basically do this here. You can open up terminal, and once you open up terminal, you can then go ahead and create your SSH keys here. Now for the sake of this video, I'm going to go ahead and click the one for password here. And when you click on your password, you can go ahead and start to generate a particular password here. And that password, you can make it as long as you want, as long as it's more than 8 characters there. And then if you want to add improved metrics for monitoring and alerting, that's basically free. If you want to add worry-free, like a managed database, you can add that for an extra $15 a month. Now with your droplets, you can add as many droplets as you want. Of course, they're going to be spread out across the different data centers. You basically just only need one since you're going just through a basic tutorial. And definitely start to add your tags there. Here, so that way you will kind of know what you're looking at there, and then you're going to go ahead and click create droplet. It's telling you it's going to be about $4 a month there. I'm not going to save that, and you can see the initialization bar going over to basically create that particular droplet. You can also look at the activities there to see a little bit about where that's going, and also the environment that that's in too. We can put that into like a development if we want, but I'm going to leave that as such. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video till this go ahead and creates. All right, so now that that's reached the end, you basically have your public IP address here that you can go to in the browser to browse directly to this particular droplet here. If you want to add a mount to drive, you can. If you want to enable backups, you can. Next step is basically creating and clicking these 3 dots here, and you can access console. Once you access console, it's going to tell you droplet has been created, and then people, you can leave the root there. Don't forget to change your root level access as well and change that password. But if you click on the launch droplet, that's going to bring up another window here for us to be able to log into this particular console. We're going to give that some time to go through. I'm going to pause the video so that we can go ahead and get through it. All right, it's went ahead and connected to the droplet. So this right here is basically our root level access using the command line interface in order to run this particular server that we have here. And so if you don't understand Linux and how to run commands, you can definitely get a lot of those offline through different tutorials. But if you want to look at some of the help commands, you can just type the word help and hit enter. That's going to pull up a couple of different commands here for you. So you should be able to definitely, read through that and just kind of get a better understanding this here. And I'm going to actually go ahead and exit out of this here, and we're going to close this window. And from this point, people, you have your different options here where you want to turn this off. And even if you do, you're still going to get charged. So just keep that in mind. If you want to do backups, you can. But for the sake of this video, if you create a DigitalOcean droplet and you don't want to get charged a fee, you want to click on destroy. You see destroy, you're going to click destroy this droplet, and you can basically copy the name up here. And you're going to paste it here. They want to make sure it's not a robot, that you can do it. And then you just simply click destroy. All right, so that wraps up today's video, people. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video on how to use DigitalOcean and a little bit about what it's about and how to create a droplet and destroy one. Like, listen, and subscribe to the channel. DevTech 101, aka Black Mental. Look forward to bringing more technology content to you soon.